Okay, this is probably the most interesting video I've made in a long time, but I spent quite some time building out. I didn't really, with OpenClaw and Hermes Agent, a lot of the repositories and pre-built things, I didn't really follow too much what I was getting outside of how I use Claude Code. So I found myself using Claude Code in the desktop version all the time anyway. And so with the update of Claude Code so that it's more terminal based, it's a little more interactive, you can tell that Claude's trying to do everything they can to keep people in its own environment. And what I discovered was the SDK, the Agents SDK to build agents that Anthropic puts out, is actually probably the most interesting way to go about this. And just looking at some examples of what some people did, I realized I'm just going to go at this kind of with the same mentality that I build other projects and ask it to use the Agent SDK and walk through it. And actually this unlocked so much knowledge for me, because after seeing how Claude builds itself as a project and an agent or an interactive tool like this, I can now go look on my desktop and see how it built it. And it just really clicks on how organizing skills and agents and what it's doing with just text, markdown files, how it all works. So enough talk about that. Like, this is just so cool. I wanted to show it. This is Claw, which I've named it. Born in the 70s, so I really enjoyed the 80s and 90s. And I wanted this to kind of give this old computer vibe with 80s colors. It shows me the system that I'm connected to the command line interface. I have 5 different agents that can do different things, and so my main agent can send, based on what the task is, can delegate to other agents that have prompts in the agents file, that have prompts to tell them what they're good at and how they do it and what they do, and those will continue to get better. It's pretty straightforward. It's really cool. Her name is Luna. Hey Luna, I'm recording a video right now and I just wanted to introduce you to the people that are watching the video.
Hey everyone, I'm Luna, Mark's personal AI assistant. I live on his Mac Mini here in Austin and basically run behind the scenes. Mark talks to me through Telegram from wherever he is. I handle his scheduling, research, client deliverables, email, content, and a whole lot more. Today alone we got a meeting bot working that can join a Google Meet with Mark's face and voice as the avatar. Pretty wild. If you're watching this, you're probably curious about what it can actually do for a real business. Not demos, not hype, just a founder using it daily to move faster. That's what this is. Good to meet you.
So it's pretty sweet. I tested these features, like to see if I could use Pika to have an avatar join a meeting, interactive stuff. I'm not using this to necessarily write my emails by any means, but it is enabled with connectors to read my emails, to create drafts, human in the loop activity and stuff. I'm a big believer in sort of, we need to check everything. You get us 70-80% of the way and we go in there and check it. But as far as the tasks and time and ideas and brainstorming and coding, I'll just say that I'm building a lot of demos and interactive coding projects, and I'm not a coder, and so it's pretty incredibly powerful. And now from tokens, because this is just using Claude, like this is my version of Claude Code, and so I built this sort of multiple agents on top of Claude Code, and this is how I use Claude Code. Now what's really cool about that is I can still use skills like the Caveman tool. Hey, thanks Luna. I'm going to demonstrate the Caveman and why we use that. Save on token usage.
Perfect. Go for it. Quick context for the viewers. Every word in a conversation with an AI costs tokens, both what you send and what I respond with. In a long coding session, those add up fast and slow things down. Caveman mode compresses my responses to the bare minimum while keeping all the actual information. Same results, way less noise. Mark just types Caveman and I switch modes instantly. Show him.
Caveman on, Luna ready, Mark show people.
Can you help me make a presentation to what the Agent SDK is?
Agent SDK, Luna make deck. Mark want HTML rock or Gamma Cave?
HTML.
Deck done. 8 rock. Our users. Her agent desktop. Agent SDK deck. The arrow key. Navigate. Open Chrome. Full screen. Record. Ugh.
So if we go on to, it says it's on my desktop. Oh no, it was right there, Agent SDK. And this is what the Caveman built. Just a quick little presentation. about what the SDK is. Built this in HTML as I asked, to 10x productivity. Takes us through. So this is just a general, right? This is a skill that I have that builds these little walkthroughs as visual aids. There's some tweaks I would make, and I could go back and forth with the agent to make them. But yeah, it's a pretty fun interface. There was some issues. Let's actually do this.
Caveman off, back to normal. Did the logo fix work after refresh?
Yeah, he did. It was fixed. Is it possible that the Caveman was doing caveman speak when giving instructions to the agent on prompting or building that presentation, or is it just a matter of code? Could you have done it better?
Honestly, yeah, that's a real limitation worth knowing. Caveman mode changes how I respond to you, but when I'm internally writing code or building an HTML file, I'm still generating full quality output. The Caveman compression only affects the text you see, not the underlying work. The formatting issues were a CSS selector bug I should have caught. .logo img versus his img.logo is a rookie mistake regardless of what mode I'm in. Caveman didn't cause it, I just didn't QA it before handing it over. The better workflow for decks. Before I write it, I should open the brand file, plan the slide structure out loud, and confirm it with you before generating 300 lines of HTML. Then a quick browser preview pass before reporting done. I skipped those steps and you caught it.
And we can do it right next time.
For sure. Solid session today. Caveman mode is wired up with voice swap, and the deck skill has a better QA checklist now. What's next?
So there you go. That's just a quick example. I mean, this was a silly example on how I can use it, but I can go back and forth, switch Luna, my agent, into Caveman mode, which saves tokens. It's entertaining. Give her Caveman voice to do that. I can do scheduled tasks. I haven't set any cron jobs yet. Put together submissions that can use comms, content. I have an operations and a research agent. It's all pretty cool stuff. If you're curious about this, let me know. I'm happy to share more about how I built this. And the reality is this is fun, but building things like this, building agents that actually do great work, the power of Claude Code in the background, my opinion is making it fun to use and interesting to use, especially if you're a 1-2-man company. Smaller businesses are really going to have an edge for how they can take advantage of this to do things like in commercial real estate, to put together reports, process a ton of data across multiple spreadsheets, go do lead gen scrapes, pull information, and then this has persistent memory, so it just keeps getting better. Pretty incredible, so I just wanted to share it.